All right, let's get started with our Louisville football position preview, and we will start with the deepest and most talented position for Bobby Petrino. That is, without question, the wide receivers. And when you're talking receivers, you got to start with Jalen Smith, preseason first-team All-ACC, a guy who I think would have gotten a lot more attention in the last 3 years had he not played alongside a guy named Lamar Jackson. If Smith has another big year this year, he's going to cement himself in the record books as one of the best receivers to ever play here. On the other end, you've got Des Fitzpatrick, breakout as a redshirt freshman, a guy who I think if he has another monster year as a redshirt sophomore, this might be his last season. Last but certainly not least, as far as the starters go, Seth Dawkins doesn't get as much attention as Fitzpatrick and Smith, but a big physical receiver who was very reliable last year. I expect him to make a lot of big plays this year in 2018. Some other names to keep in mind, sophomores Corey Reed and Josh Johnson. Both guys showed a lot of upside in the brief playing time they got as freshmen. Also, two other names, Keon Wakefield, a redshirt sophomore who's never played for Louisville, but he is from Louisville, was a redshirt as a freshman, got injured last year. Again, he's never played, but he's a guy who's mentioned quite highly by the coaching staff. And a name you might have forgotten, Cornelius Sturgill, a guy who has spent some time at both defensive back and receiver. He's back at receiver, and this is a guy that, when healthy, is one of the fastest guys on the team. He may end up making some plays this year. Another name that we haven't mentioned in a while is Devontae Pete, the redshirt junior, 6'6". Hasn't been a factor for the offense since back to his freshman season, but he is a 6'6" target. Could be somebody that Juwan Pass hooks up with. With so much depth, I'm not sure how much the newcomers are going to play, but if they do, I'd keep an eye on Tutu Atwell and Jatavius Harris, two guys that are already two of the fastest guys on the roster, and a big reason why they labeled this 2018 recruiting class Speed City.